episode 5 of BMW Club TV with me, your host, Philip Iguana. And I did say last month I had a surprise for you. I've flown all the way from Australia to come and visit here in South Africa. I'm here at Zwartkops Raceway and I can't wait to catch up with everyone at the BMW Car Club Gauteng. Day one in South Africa, we're here at Pablo Clark Racing for the BMW M Performance Parts Race Series post-race meeting.
So welcome everyone. We're here at Pablo Clark Racing for our drivers meeting after our last race at Kailami. And we've got our Aussie voice of choice, Philippa, who does all our voiceovers all the way from Australia. She flew through South Africa to Dubai, if I recall. Correct. And she decided to come and stop and pay us a visit today. So Philippa, firstly, welcome back to South Africa. And
thank you.
Welcome to the club. It's your
Absolutely.
First time actually meeting a lot of the drivers today. Hope you had a good day meeting the drivers. Tell us what you think about the club and the series.
It's been insane. It's so lovely to meet everyone and put faces to the voices, to the names that I've been calling on the commentary for the last couple of years.
All those funny Afrikaner names.
Yeah, exactly. I've been doing my best to make sure it's as accurate as possible. But no, I love the passion. I love the camaraderie within the club. I love what you're trying to do and giving opportunity for people to take their passion of motorsport and putting it into a practical sense and enjoying that and creating the right environment for people to be able to learn and contribute to the sport as well, and looking after sponsors and the corporate aspect of the industry too. So no, very well done with what you do with the car club. I'm very privileged to be part of it in just a very, very small manner, but everyone's been amazing, very welcoming. Everyone's got a great sense of camaraderie and a little bit of edging each other, a little bit of competitiveness, which is what you need in a car club to maintain that competitiveness amongst everyone. But no, it's been a fantastic night, and thanks to Paolo as well for having us here, having the meeting. It's an amazing facility.
Yeah, it's we're privileged enough to have this, I'll call it a man cave.
Yeah, massive one.
But coming out here, we're standing with my favourite car, the Tony Viana modified, the other Tony Viana group owned cars down there, and then a whole fleet of Ferraris. And then all the Pablo Clark, just Paolo with a pizza. Now guys, where on earth do you find a man of this stature, Paolo Cavalieri, bringing us pizza? Making us pizza.
Too much.
Well, thank you, Paolo, for also hosting us as well.
Thanks for the best series in the world. Well done to you.
Thank you, Paolo. So
amazing.
We have our characters in our series, so it's all fun and games, but on track we do get serious.
Yes.
But it's a wonderful series to be part of.
Yeah, great racing, great highlights, lots of things to talk about, which is awesome. It's not bland and boring, so there's always something to be able to entertain people with, which is what you want with motorsport.
Compared to like Australia and all that, how do you rate us? I know you run the Australian V8 Bakkie series, although Bakkies are for what dogs drink out of, but you run the Bakkie series in Australia.
Yeah, the Tyre Power V8 Super Series, so definitely different, but still with us, with our youths, it's very crazy, it's bump and run, it's a lot of biff and bash and lots of personality as well, so it's more grassroots racing and having fun with motorsport. We still have the serious side with lots of sponsorship and deliverables and the regulatory aspect as well of maintaining regulations and making sure that all our competitors and cars are safe. But still, we just go out there and have fun. We're mum and dad racers and small business owners that don't have the hundreds of millions of dollars or tens of millions of dollars that you would at a top tier level. So it's making motorsport accessible and cost effective and entertaining, and I'm sure that's what you try to do with the BMW Car Club as well.
With us, we've obviously got your high level cars, your Class A cars, which are not the cheapest to run, but we've got our entry-level Class F, our feeder class into the series.
Yeah.
So at least the guys, with a minimal budget can come and have fun.
Absolutely. And there's all different age groups as well, which is nice to see. So you got young
saw
ones.
Today we had a 15-year-old lady.
Yes, Chloe.
15-year-old lady driving with us, and the oldest, I would say, I think is Leon. He's 71, 72.
Wow, that's
so
insane.
A big age gap. He's old enough to be the grandfather.
No, it's amazing what you do here at the club. So yeah, I'm very impressed with what you've put on here, and it's a pleasure to be back in South Africa. It's always a second home to me, having spent so many years working in here in the past. So thank you for having me tonight. I really appreciate the hospitality.
And thank you for coming past, and we really appreciate it, and hope to see you again soon.
Would love to come back.
Thanks.
Paulo, talk about how this facility came about. When did you build it? What was the vision? And it's such an impressive facility. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's the old Ferrari dealership of Johannesburg, and a friend was the dealer at the time, and he was unfortunately seriously ill, and so in talking to him, we came to an agreement to help him out and his family. And we bought the premises, moved in here. It was full of Ferrari history going back to, jeepers, the 70s. And so we spent quite a lot of time, about 3 months, just working through everything that was here. And then with a friend, Mike Barbalia, he helped us build some of the mezzanines that you see here to maximize the space. And the whole idea was to have a workshop that's also a place that is a happy home. So that's really what it is. We're very lucky to be here.
What are some of the most favourite cars that you've worked on in here?
The two 745s, without a doubt. Evolution 2, who are around the corner, the guys that helped us restore the cars in the first place, and did a really amazing job, Alex Sepnich and his team. And it's great to see this place full of BMWs now, because for us that's very much part of the present and the future. We've got a development program running for mechanics, for office staff that are involved with sponsors and the like, because everyone looks at motor racing and they think it's the driver. It's not just the driver, that's the part you see the most, but underneath that there's a massive iceberg of people in the team that are making things happen. And then of course the drivers as well. We've got some amazing talent in this country that you spoke about earlier, and that's up and coming. And we're really pleased to have them in 330 BMWs, learning their craft in a tin top, as they call it.
Absolutely. And talk about the involvement with the BMW Car Club Gauteng as well. So having meetings here and being part of that and Performance Pass Rate series as well. How important is that as part of the whole Pablo Clark Racing fold?
Well, I think it's important to give back, and we rely a lot on sponsorship support, and we share some of that sponsorship support with the club. So you'll see our sponsors reflected on the front of all the cars in the racing series. And the thing about the racing series to me is really simple. This is the series in the country from a size point of view. We all know that. But I think more importantly, it's extremely well managed. We've got rules. People stick to those rules. They're enforced by the committee. And you can't go racing if you don't have a stable platform. And I think the BMW Car Club Gauteng provides that better than anyone.
Absolutely. And what's your vision moving forward the next 5 years? How can you really expand? You've got such an amazing facility here, but what's your goals in regards to not just obviously the car club and what you do as a service here, but like you said, the future talent from behind the scenes and mechanics and engineers and things like that.
So racing is all we do, and the association with BMW is really important to us. We're starting with the 330s. They're E46 cars, so they're cars that have been around for a long time. We buy the road cars from second-hand car lots, and by the time we're finished, it's a brand new car. And we'd like to see that evolve. You're asking about vision, to deepen and intensify and broaden the relationship we have with BMW South Africa. They have an amazing history in this country when it comes to motor racing. And so the vision is to expand on what we're doing, perhaps with more modern cars, and to provide the drivers that are joining us now and that will join us in the future to develop careers for themselves through the BMW brand, and hopefully we can be a part of that.
Amazing. Now I can't let you go without explaining this amazing simulator. How did that come about?
So one of the things we do with our sponsors is sponsorship today. The stick on the car is the last thing. It's all about experiences, and you know, many people through Netflix and Formula One have become really interested in motorsport. I think Top Gear has played a major role in taking the motor car, not necessarily racing, but the motor car into the family lounge, and even grandma's, you know, interested and entertained. And so what we try and do here to bring value to our sponsors is provide them with unique entertainment experiences. And one of them is a full-scale Formula One, which has a PlayStation in it, and we can change the logos on the car for it to look like a McLaren or a Ferrari or I'm not going to say the M word, but let's say a Williams or whatever. And you can sit inside and do what we think is probably the easiest or the least difficult, which is the Monza Grand Prix. A couple of chicanes, a lot of fast corners and some long straights. And so people can get the feel of what, you know, motor racing is about. And then we can take it a step further, because over my shoulder here is a slightly more sophisticated sim. And we use that a lot with our development drivers. We've had the opportunity to race overseas. We were at Le Mans Classic 2 years ago. We're going back this year, and it's an amazing event. And one of the things as a driver, if you haven't raced at Le Mans, you arrive there and you're straight into quali. So having a sim and being able to do 13 kilometers of Le Mans in a classic car that's part of the program that's in the sim makes a big difference to us.
Absolutely. Well, you've got an amazing structure in place, all the facilities for anyone that wants to work and develop and race in motorsport. So congratulations on all you've done here at Public Clock Racing. It's a credit to you.
No, it's not me at all. It's a team. There are 10 of us, and it's an amazing team. So if it weren't for the team, I wouldn't be sitting here in front of you.
So while Philippa familiarises herself again with Swartkops Raceway, let me introduce you to something new at the club. And ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to you the brand new BMW Car Club Gauteng Track Taxi 2.0. Right, so who made this Taxi 2.0 possible? It was Les Michaelis Insurance Brokers, and with me today is Brett Michaelis, the owner of Les Michaelis Insurance Brokers, who actually sponsored the car to the club. So tell us more about what your ideas of the car and what you want to do with the car.
Right, guys, you know, we obviously been sponsors of the club for many years, probably about 15 years now. When I started out with the club, I'm passionate about cars, passionate especially BMWs, been my whole life, and passionate also about the racing and that. And you know, to be able to sponsor a car like this gives me great pleasure. And yeah, for the guys to use the car and enjoy the car and have branding on the car, it's excellent for Les Michaelis, and obviously the BMW Car Club being obviously the sole insurance provider and the official insurance broker for the BMW Car Club Gauteng.
So like Brett, just wondering, is it insured?
The car is insured.
On track?
On track, it's not insured, but that we can arrange. That's not a problem at all.
So as some of you might know, with Brett, you can insure your race cars. My car personally, it's insured through him, and I too. Insured everywhere except on the track. So you towing it somewhere, falls off your trailer, it's insured. It gets stolen somewhere, it gets insured. It's insured and covered. Or if it's at the mechanic getting whatever done to it, it's also insured. So yeah, thanks also.
And we can obviously arrange the track day insurance. You know, if it's a BMW Car Club event, through R2, the track cover can be arranged for the day. You pay a set premium for the day based on the value of your car, and we can arrange the cover.
But that's obviously just for track days, just not for the racing itself.
And for the racing, and the racing, we can arrange. So it's for your time trials and obviously your racing series that we can arrange cover, but only strictly for the BMW Car Club Gauteng. And then besides that, we've been in business now 55 years, and we arrange all types of short-term insurance from your commercial business to your personal business, cars, house. We do the lot. Even niche products here as well. Your classic cars, as Bernard said, the race cars. There's not much that we can't cover you for.
Well, thank you very much, Brett. We really appreciate you sponsoring the car, and hopefully it does many laps around all the tracks and a lot of coverage for you and your business.
No,
so
thank you. Thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So just also a little bit more about the car. So as you can see, it's another wagon again. We obviously like our wagons. The reason being, we can roll cage it and we can still take passengers in the back seats. Whereas a normal four-door, it's a bit difficult to roll cage the car and then have passengers in the back row of seats. So with this car, like the OG, we call it now the OG taxi, the yellow Dunlop one, an XPEL. That car and this car can take 2 people at the back, and obviously one in the front is a passenger and basically the driver. It is a 325 still. Car stock standard. We haven't done anything to it except flash the gearbox. It's an automatic. We've left it automatic for now. We want to play around with it. It's obviously to get sponsors the opportunity to drive a race car and possibly future development drivers. So we've kept it as an automatic. We are busy playing with the idea of maybe putting paddle shifts in, getting a steering wheel from, like, say, a 135, which will fit in this car, and then obviously you have to code it and whatnot, and maybe still do the paddle shifts off a steering wheel. But for now we're keeping it auto, but you never know, if it doesn't pan out, we'll then go the manual route, and then we'll look at maybe upgrading to the 330 motor later on if we develop the car further as intensively as we did with the OG taxi. So just so you know the difference between the two, the OG taxi is the yellow Dunlop XPEL one, and the Taxi 2.0 is the white Les Michaelis track taxi. You know what? I think we should go out and do a Bernie wave.
So while we're here at Swartkops Raceway, let's look back at round 4 of the BMW M Performance Parts Race Series. Polo spoke about the NGK Public Clark Racing team earlier in the show, and we caught up with 2 of their young drivers, Chloe Stewart and Kent Schwartz, on Friday afternoon.
Hey guys, we're here for our second race ever in the E46 and we are at Swartkops. I'm so excited for my first Swartkops race. It is one of the best tracks, and I think it'll be better than Kailami, so hopefully the results follow.
Yeah, I love being part of this BMW M Performance Part Series. It's such a joy to drive here, and also being part of the Pablo Clark Racing team. It's an absolute pleasure. It's an absolute honor to be a part of this team.
While Schwartz also competes in the Gazoo Racing Cup driven by Netstar, Tin Tops are new for Stuart, who elaborates on the transition from single-seaters.
Coming from single seaters, it is very different getting into a tin top. The handling is totally different. The feel of the car is different. They drive so differently. Like, everything is so different, but I completely love both of them. The tin tops were so much easier to drive. They turn much better, they handle much better, and they are so much fun to drive. Whereas the single seaters are a bit more difficult, but also really fun.
A late change to the lineup saw Lorenzo Gualtieri stepping in for Carlo Garbini, but driving was not Gualtieri's only duty on the weekend.
Yeah, so it was a bit of a last-minute decision to come and race this weekend, but nevertheless we're here. Went out for our first practice session now. The car seems good, everything seems fine. Feels very good to be back, not just doing the scrutineering and stuff like that. So it's good to be back in the mix. I think we're going to have a very good race weekend this weekend. There's a lot of competitive cars, and so far from what we've heard, the times seem quite close and competitive. So looking forward to it, looking forward to being back behind the wheel. So look, it's very difficult to be scrutineer, to be driving, and to do some race driver coaching. I actually got quite a few clients this weekend. So my morning has been absolute chaos. It's been very difficult, but you know what, we manage it. I love doing it, I enjoy doing it, I enjoy helping the BM Club, I enjoy helping the drivers, and I enjoy racing. So if you enjoy it, then there's no pain in doing it. So we go full steam ahead.
One of Gualtieri's Class B rivals would be Andreas Meyer, who managed to rack up 35 points this year despite a host of mechanical issues.
So I do not know if I should be the lucky one or the unlucky one. I had some luck this year. I was able to finish some races, score some points, even though my car was not running or performing at all. I had misfire. On the other hand, it was unlucky because we never found out what the issue was. We found it out now. My ECU got damaged. So now it's all repaired. And what happened? My belt went off. The gearbox lost oil. So I missed the second session now. And we are just getting ready for the third session for today.
A driver who can certainly count himself lucky is Johan Miller, who is back on the circuit in his nephew Reynard's old car after the fire that engulfed his own car at Kailami.
After my situation or incident at Kailami with the little barbecue car, it's a real privilege and honor to be back in Lighty's car, the Witgat. The car's been resting for a year, so we're giving her some fresh air and some tires to the track. Oh, what a privilege. And I hope she's going to make it. Thanks, guys.
Shortly after the Kailami event, the Extreme Festival, presented by Coca-Cola, also announced a change to the 2025 calendar, with Bernard telling us more about it.
Hi, so for the 2025 calendar, we've had to make a change. The whole regional categories, all of us have now changed from the Mozambican round on the 22nd of August to East London due to the instability in Mozambique that was experienced the last while back. We still don't know what it's like, and obviously crossing the border and all that is quite intense. So we're landing up at East London this year, also still on the 22nd of August. So yeah, it'll be great to see all maybe the Cape Townians and the guys that we raced with at PE come and join us. We hope to see you there.
Well then, let's get into the business end of the weekend. The Class A, B and C fields were the first to head out for qualifying, and Rick Loureiro took the Dunlop pole position.
Been a while, we've been testing our gearbox and hopefully it'll run smoothly and make it through race 1 and race 2. That's the game, that's the goal.
As our BMW safety car leads the field around, let's look at the race 1 grid. Loureiro headed up Leon Loebscher and Fabio Fedetto in Class A. Bob Neal did not make the start. Lorenzo Gualtieri headed up Class B, while Meyer's engine problems on Friday proved to be terminal. It was another Gualtieri at the front of Class C, with Salvi heading up Nishal Singh. Let's get into the 10-lap first race. No issues through the opening corners as Loureiro, Lorenzo Gualtieri and Salvi Gualtieri kept control of their respective classes. Lap 3 and Lorenzo is looking to find a way past Class A's Fidetto, while the rest of the Class B contenders continued their own battle, with Pommersheim all over the back of Nick Macris as they started lap 4. In Class C, Van der Merwe kept Biaggioni and Ahmed at bay and off the provisional podium. Further up the road, Salvi Gualtieri still had Nishal Singh on his tail. The halfway mark and Loureiro still leads Lopesha comfortably in Class A. Things hotted up in Class B, but Macris still had his second place under control. In the end, it was a relatively easy maiden 2025 Class A win for Loureiro from Lopesha and Fidetto. While Lorenzo Gualtieri also took his maiden Class B win of the year, things got a lot more interesting behind him. Pommersheim ran out of fuel on the last lap, which promoted Smith to third. Macris, who crossed the line in second place, received a penalty for jumping the start, which saw him drop a place. Salvi Gualtieri made it 3 straight Swartkops wins, with Singh second and Biaggioni third.
Mascot reporting for duty, sir!
The morning got off to an unfortunate start for de Gouveia following an incident in Classes D ENF's qualifying session, but it was Mario Hutting who took his first ATS Motorsport pole position.
I took pole in Class D this morning. We're excited, we're going to see. We've had troubles the whole season, so let's see if this race is going to be the breakthrough.
On the subject of first-timers, what is it like to line up on the grid for the first time? Let's find out from debutant Miguel da Costa.
Yeah, so very exciting. First race ever. Yeah, I've done a few practices. Other than that, it's very nervous. Yeah, so I just hope to obviously finish the race.
Andre van Veen joined Hutting on the front row despite having his fastest lap deleted for passing under yellow flag. Schwartz also racked up one of those in Class E, where Tihan van Rooyen headed up Wessel Mostert. Zahir Sidat had Stewart for company on the front row, with Sean Dodd third. Lights out and let's go. Another clean start, and Hutting, van Rooyen and Sidat still occupying P1 in their respective classes. For Van Rooyen, that didn't last long though. On lap 2, he ran wide with Mostert taking the Class E lead. Eugene Host was challenging Reynolds for 4th in Class D, and starting lap 3, he made the move stick. Further up the road, it was still Hutting from Van Veen from Herbst.
Nick Naidu, who entered 2 cars, competed in Class D as well, but went farming. On to lap 4 as Mostert leads the Class E pack. Well, not for everyone. Manny Ribeiro parked the OG truck taxi with a broken gearbox. After losing his early Class F lead, Sidat was battling with Karen Nienaber. Further up the road, Stewart slotted in the Class F lead. Meanwhile, Van Rooyen put in his bid for a piece of land on Naidu's farm. Oh, and the Schwartz farm can be found on the outside of Turn 8. Back to those who came racing and not farming though. A few last lap attempts from Van Veen was not enough to prevent Hutzing from taking his maiden Class D win. Richard Gernholz trailed them onto the podium. Mostert won Class E from Jardim, while Karabo Malamela took another podium finish in his debut season. Stewart claimed her maiden Class F win in only her 3rd start. Gerald Anthony and Justin Brown both broke out, which promoted Dodd and Kayan Budaya onto the podium. The Extreme Festival, presented by Coca-Cola at Zwartkops Raceway, was not just an opportunity for fans to bask in the last bit of warm sunshine before the winter while being entertained by a host of exciting races. The event also involved a blanket drive for those kids less fortunate, supported by all the categories on the program. Yes, this did include the BMW M Performance Parts Race Series, with our drivers all donating to a worthy cause.
Yeah, hello everybody on Club TV. Varish here from BMW Car Club Gauteng, and today we at the Regional Extreme Festival at Zwartkops, and one of the calls was for turn horsepower into warmth or heat, and the BMW Car Club decided that we will participate and we want to contribute as well. So we've got a number of blankets that we've brought here, which we're going to hand over to the organizers. And it's just part of our way of saying thank you to the organizers and to contribute to everything that the Motorsport Series does within South Africa and the broader society. So guys, we wish you warmth, and we hope that the blankets get good use. And yeah, from the BMW Car Club Gauteng and the race series, please keep warm during winter.
I just want to thank BMW M Performance Parts Race Series for their wonderful contribution towards the Kiddies Blanket Drive this weekend. Thank you for always supporting our charities and for giving us amazing racing. Thanks, guys.
Well, from a heartwarming gesture, back to the amazing racing Tanya mentioned with the day's 12-lap inverted grid second races, starting with classes A, B and C. Guerrero took little time to get to the front of Class A. Smith and Naidu headed up Classes B and C respectively. Class A's Loebscher looked to have some issues and dropped back behind the Class B field by the end of lap 1.
Some good side-by-side racing in Class C from turns 2 to 4 as Leonard Archer takes 6th place from Reynard Miller. Whatever problem Loebscher had seemed to be resolved by lap 3 when he started to pick off the group led by Class A rival Fedetto and Class B leader Gualtieri. Further back, Naidu still led Ahmed and Biaggioni in Class C. Lots of dust there, and who's that? That's McCrease, who hit the tyre barrier quite hard. That's all the safety car deployed with 5 laps to go, allowing the marshals to clear things up. McCrease, of course, was okay. Safety car in, and it will be a 1-lap sprint to the finish with Loebscher now on Lorero's tail in Class A. While Fedetto held the rest of the Class B pack at bay, Gualtieri was able to get away up front. In Class A, it was a repeat of the first race, with Lorero beating Loebscher and Fedetto. The latter was one of our 4 drivers to pick up a 30-second penalty for passing under safety car conditions. Gualtieri won Class B, while Smith got another promotion to 2nd place after Pommersheim was also penalised for a safety car pass. In Class C, the penalties had a more significant impact. Naidu took a lights-to-flag win, but Ahmed and Biaggioni lost their podium spots, which promoted Salvi Gualtieri to 2nd and Archer to 3rd. Last but certainly not the least entertaining, the 2nd Class D E&F race. Davy Willefear had the lead in Class D with Van Rooyen and Sidat leading the respective Class E and F fields. End of lap 1 as Willefear holds off a train of challengers now headed up by race 1 winner Hutting. Pulling into the pits is Budaya as the battle rages on at the front of Class D with Willefear leading, Hutting, Reynolds, Hoos, Gemoltz and Van Fiem. Hutting goes ahead but outbrakes himself into turn 5. That could prove costly as he drops to 5th. What it did do was provide Willefear with a slight bit of room up front. Hutting soon started his crusade to the front again, first picking off Gemoltz. Let's look back at Class E. Van Rooyen still leads, but Mostert is under pressure from Schwartz, and that's Naidu heading into the pits with his 1M. In Class D though, Hoos tries and fails to pass Reynolds for 2nd, which left him open to Hutting to regain another spot. Meanwhile, Malamela passed Schwartz for 3rd place in Class E. Hutting sets up another pass, this time on Reynolds for 2nd in Class D. Will he make it? No. Reynolds shuts the door, and this is only the end of lap 5. What all this did manage to do was bring Van Fien into contention. Hutting tries again, and this time he's got it. No doubt he will now look to reel in Willefear, who managed to increase his gap at the front. Start of the second half and Hutting has made light work of catching Willefear. Meanwhile, the battle for 3rd in Class E rages on with Malamela still keeping Schwartz at bay. Back to Class D, Gauteng makes a move on Willefear, but turn 5 strikes again. Now Reynolds is making his move for the lead into turn 6, but that gives Willefear the inside line for turn 7 and he holds the place. That's Van Veen taking the advantage and he slots into second. Kermalt's farm on turn 2 bought and paid for as De Gouveia moves to 5th. Up the hill and Van Veen tries to make a move, but Willefear holds the lead. Van Veen round the outside of turn 2, Willefear holds him off. Round the outside of turn 4, Willefear still on top as Gauteng rejoins the fight. Lane changing action as they come up to the back markers. Three abreast as Willefear laps Taxi 2.0 with Van Veen looking on the inside, but Willefear keeps the lead. One more lap to go. Willefear laps Miller as Gauteng tries another move on Van Veen. Last time up the hill, Gauteng tries again and this time he's got it. It's around the final corner and Willefear has won his first win since 2022. Gauteng was second on the road but received a jump start penalty, seeing Van Veen second and De Gouveia third. Van Rooyen makes up for earlier and wins Class C, his first this season from Mostert and Malamela. Stewart made it 2 Class F wins for the day with Dodd second and Sidat third. Was that the race of the century? As the sun sets on Swartkops Raceway in the first half of the 2025 BMW M Performance Parts Race Series season, let's have a look at the points tables. Loebscher extends his lead in Class A while Fedetto leapfrogged Neil into second place. Rick Lorero joins the top 5. Smith has double Meyer's amount of points in Class B, while both Pommersheim and Macreese close the gap to Meyer to just 1 point. The Class C tennis match continues with Gauteng again ahead of Van der Merwe. Gunpath and Biagioni are still 3rd and 4th, with Singh joining the top 5. De Gouveia and Grobler, absent in round 4, still occupy the top spots, with Willefear moving up to 3rd. Van Veen gained 4 places. With Rodriguez out, Mostert is now on top of Class E, with Malamela still 3rd. Dodd still leads Class F, with Sidat and Nienaber up 1 spot each after Brown broke out. Stewart gained 5 places, while Budaya is still 5th. Overall, Smith retains his lead, Loebscher moves up a spot to 2nd, Mostert is up from 6th, De Gouveia keeps his 4th place, and Dodd climbs 2 places to return to the top 5. The second half of the season kicks off at Red Star Raceway at the end of next month. We hope to see you there. So Bernard, I've only been here for 5 days and I can get into a Class B car, so what's your excuse?
Let go in your big oak.
Well, we hope you enjoyed tonight's show. I know that I really enjoyed my time the past week being back in Johannesburg. As some would say, it was lekker soos 'n cracker. Thanks to all the teams, the drivers, the organising committee of the BMW Car Club Gauteng, including Bernard. Really appreciate your hospitality. I've loved my time being back in Johannesburg. On behalf of myself, Philip Iguana, and all the team, we will see you next month for BMW Club TV.